Hey friends, so I wanted to come to you from my bench blog. I'm sitting in the park bench, so I'm calling these my bench blogs. Well, a little update about how things are for me here in China at the moment with the coronavirus and all that you've probably heard on the media. So I live in Shenzhen. I'm in the southern part of China. We're actually at the border with Hong Kong. And yeah, it's real. It's real. And I have to say, it's been scary. But I've tried to make decisions not out of fear or panic, but with a rational head. I'm still here. Many people have left, or some people stayed, some people left. I don't know I don't know which one was the right decision. I flip flopped. I will probably flip flop today. It just is. But what I'm trying to do is to take the precautions necessary. That's the first thing. So like when I go out, I'm wearing this mask. I'm actually sitting out here in the park because in Shenzhen, first of all, we had a national holiday. This was the biggest holiday, Chinese New Year. So a lot of people who live and work in Shenzhen aren't from here. So they leave the city to go back home to their, hometown. So it was very quiet in Shenzhen. It's been very quiet. So I've come out just to get some fresh air. I usually try to get some exercise. I'll walk in the park or whatever. This morning I'm out a little earlier than usual because I went to the grocery store. And so speaking of grocery store, wait, I don't want to show their logo, but I want to show the food. Okay. The grocery store, there's food. You may have heard that there's no food and there's a food shortage. No. Last week, I went to the same store. All the vegetables were gone. Shelves were empty. I bought fruits. I found no vegetables. But what had happened, everyone was panicking then, and everyone made a run for the grocery stores, and it was a national holiday, and so all the delivery chains and things were either shut down or even slower because, again, big holiday. So they weren't able to restock so quickly. But I just went there this morning and fully stocked, probably overstocked with everything that you need. So there's fresh fruits and vegetables. So if you hear in the news people saying, oh, there's no food, that ain't true. We're not like at these austerity measures where you got to line up to get, rations of food. Now, people are lining up to get this. This is what is in short supply. These masks, okay? They're mandatory. In my city, wearing a mask when you leave your house is mandatory. And everyone's out. Yesterday I went to like 3 pharmacies to buy masks and they were out. Thankfully, I do have a couple left in my house, more than a couple. I just wanted to make sure I had more. So that's going to be what people are lining up for, is to buy masks because it's important. It's like one of the biggest precautions. In Shenzhen, too, the other precaution that they take is they're taking your temperature to go everywhere. Like to go into the mall, you gotta take a temperature. To go back into my building's right there. To go into my building, you have to get your temperature checked. I just went to the grocery store to go into the mall that the grocery store is in. They were taking my temperature, and even before I got into the mall, into the actual grocery store. So they're doing temperature checks as a way to, first initially see what symptoms people may have. But again, let me just say this, because I know coronavirus is spreading to other countries, and I am hearing on the news that people are panicking. And what I want to tell you is that this thing is a battlefield for your mind. I have a girlfriend, she's been saying the whole time, this is psychological warfare. It's true. The devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And if he can start with your mind, he got you. So I'm telling you, try to feed yourself on positive things. Try to also use reputable news sources. Because listen to the stuff on social media. That is going to mess you up. It messed me up. Listen, I had to stop reading stuff. Like it was crazy. And even just the way people report things. It may be the fact, but the way they report it, it was just a mess. So I'm grateful that I come from a church family. Oh, shouts out to my church family, Bishop Henry Fernandez, the Faith Center Ministries in Sunrise, Florida. Hey, Bishop, thank you for the good word and the teaching. Whew, it's helping. Let me tell you something, it's helping. So I know that it starts with our mind. So I'm like, guard my mind, guard my mind. If I can guard my mind, the rest of the things will follow. And trust me, I failed miserably. You hear me? I had a headache for 3 days. Swore I had symptoms of coronavirus because I was just taking in all this stuff. And the stress, the headache, it was a stress headache. I don't have a headache anymore because I stopped stressing. I was just like, I'm here and this is what we're going to do. First of all, um, trust in the Lord, lean not onto your own understanding, and He'll direct your path. So, Lord, I'm leaning on you, and I'm just going to take these precautions that I know are necessary precautions. These are the same precautions, you take when there's a flu outbreak, by the way, people, all right? Wash your hands. Don't sneeze into your hands. Stay away from large crowds. Cover wear a mask, wipe things down, disinfect. Same thing. Same thing. That's what you do. That's what you do. So for me, what that looks like is I am going to limit my interaction outside of my house. Like right now, the official holiday is ending, and so people are coming back to Shenzhen. And that just means I'm going to stay in my house, honey. I already stocked up on food. I have food. I have everything I need. I'm just going to stay in the house. And if I do come out, it's going to be like at this time, right? It's a few minutes to 9. I came down actually like at 8 o'clock. So I'll probably come out when I may have to go back to like a 6 a.m. wake up time in all actuality and just come out and walk around, get some exercise, go right back in my house because I'm trying to avoid being out and around people. And, actually I kind of tried to do that anyways from get-go. So that's not that big of a deal for me. I also have a flexible work schedule. So when it's time to go back to work, which will not be in another week, I won't have to go back to the office. I can probably work remotely for a while. And most companies are making those kind of arrangements for their employees. So that's the other thing to know, that they are making changes here and they are doing their best to really put this in check. That's what I am experiencing from being here. And so that's what I can say. But what I can tell you guys is protect this. If it's in your country, protect this. And also think through some things. So when you read some stuff, it doesn't make sense, don't forward it and then just disregard it. And maybe tell people to stop sending it to you. That's the other step you may have to take. You may have to tell people, whoa, hold on, this is not helping. Don't send this. I'm not going to even want to receive that kind of messages and information from you. Just chill with that. Because you know what? Sometimes you gotta draw your line in the sand and tell people not to cross it, because otherwise this is going to make everything else feel unwell. Because the stress from here actually manifests itself in illnesses in your body. Then you're going to get crazy because then you're going to think you have this thing. Trust me, I know. I speak from experience. Anyways, be safe, y'all. Bye.